The Grizzlies back in the win column last night, a 117-111 win over the struggling Philly 76ers. The Grizz got their three-point shooting back hot from deep, 44% on the night. Jaren Jackson Jr. would lead the way with 25 points, a double-double for Desmond Bane, 21 points and 10 boards. It is the 215th win for head coach Taylor Jenkins, making him the winningest coach in Grizzlies franchise history, passing Lionel Hollins. Hey, Coach, how's it feel to be king of the mountain?
It's an unbelievable honor to be among the company of so many great coaches that have come before me. I always talk about the unbelievable responsibility I have to be the head coach of this franchise, the faith that Robert's had in me, Zach's had in me, our players, the staff I get to work with every single day. I told the guys, I love this group. I love the groups I've had in the past, and I love coming to work every single day. It's a privilege and it's an honor. We had a nice little celebration in there. It's not about me at the end of the day. We've got a lot more work to do, but I wake up every day being happy.
All right, so here is the list of the Grizzlies' all-time winningest coaches. Taylor Jenkins, the king, with 215, passing Lionel Hollins last night at 214. Dave Yeager was the coach who replaced Lionel Hollins in 2014. You got Mike Fratello, Hubie Brown, David Fizdale, rounding out the top 6 on that list. I always love listening to Hubie Brown, even now, because he's still calling games. He's going to retire at the end of the year, but he was a beloved Grizzlies coach for quite a moment. Come on to that. Let's start with Rachel. You got a chance to actually shoot the game last night. What do you think, or what do you think about Taylor Jenkins and what he's been able to do with the franchise?
Yeah, really cool moment for him and for his family and just everyone who's helped him kind of get to that moment. He said he was asked whether it was better than his first ever NBA game win or whether this one was better, and he said, you always remember your first, right? I think we all kind of chuckle at that line, but first, sure. You do. He said it was kind of hard to take in the magnitude of this game in the moment, but he said he'll go home tonight, kind of celebrate with his family, and then go from there. But as soon as he gets back in the door, it's business as usual. But it was cool kind of just to see him appreciate the moment and then also to see kind of all the players surround him. We heard about the locker room celebrations. They were pretty crazy as far as they go for Grizzlies locker room. A lot of water, Gatorade, things flown in the air, something that Taylor Jenkins doesn't necessarily like all the attention on him, but sure. Cool to kind of see the players give him that moment. Awesome moment for him. Really cool.
Yeah, I think he has the chance to become the greatest Grizzlies coach of all time, but right now it's still Lionel Hollins for me. They beat the Spurs as an 8 seed in 2011, their first ever playoff series win. They got their first playoff win in their entire history in 2011, and then they lose in 7 games to the Thunder. But I remember being a little kid and sitting in my bedroom because my parents were like, you got to go to bed. These games are on way too late. And I would sit there on the radio, but I was a big KD fan, so it's a little bit different. But I just sitting there listening to it, and I'll always remember that. I think a lot of Grizzly fans will. But Taylor Jenkins still has the opportunity to – they could go and get to the semifinals this year, and that would probably top it for me.
Yeah, 100%. Taylor Jenkins has obviously the most wins. I think where Lionel Hollins is still getting the one-up is kind of what you mentioned. Just the playoff, the ability to win in the playoffs is something that Lionel Hollins still has the edge on. You talk about that Western Conference Finals appearance. Obviously, all of that goes with the grit and grind era of Memphis Grizzlies history, which is clearly still always going to be beloved in the lore of Grizzlies history. So I think what Taylor Jenkins has done has been really impressive. He's got 2 50-plus win campaigns under his belt, 56 wins, which is the most the Grizzlies have ever won in a singular season. And it's cool to hear what other coaches had to say about him as well. Penny Hardaway was actually asked this week about the upcoming milestone because he hadn't won it yet. But Penny called him a genius and somebody that he would actually like to go and talk to about how to run an offense and how to make guys move and how to make scoring opportunities. He was really impressed with what Taylor Jenkins has done just in getting an offense ready to go. So I am kind of with both of you. I think Lionel Hollins, to me, is still probably the most beloved, probably the best coach in Grizzlies history, but 215 wins is nothing to sneeze at, certainly. And then his ability to get them into the playoffs. And last year, the way he managed that roster last year, he would have hit 215 wins a long time ago had all these injuries not kind of stacked up. But we got a chance to actually talk to the players last night about this milestone for Taylor Jenkins and what he's meant to the team.
He did his little, going crazy that we always do, and then he just tried to, give us like a little speech or whatever. We're like, nah, like it's your day today. So we celebrated, and he got the game ball, a lot of water, and just hopefully he celebrates.
Huge accomplishment for him and his family, and coming from that umbrella of coaches who've just been coaching at a high level at every stage. I know this is just a huge thing for him, and he don't even want to make it a big deal. I bet he's bad at answering questions about it and dealing with it. So, yeah, I'm very happy for him.
Coach has been big for me. You know, he's given me a lot of confidence to go out there and play. You know, one of the few coaches that I've ever played for that, you know, broken down film with me and, you know, been on me from day one since I've been here. You know, he trusted me a lot, and that makes me trust him just because of how much he cares about me and my development.
I think what's really cool about listening to the players there is like Pippen, well, for Santi and Jaren in particular, like Taylor Jenkins is really the only coach they've known in the NBA, right? He's been with them through their really lows and their really high moments, and for them to really be able to sit there and give him his flowers in that moment is really cool. We know Taylor Jenkins is not the emotional type. He's not going to hype himself up. He's not going to, you know, say he's the best coach in Grizzlies history, but it's really cool to see how much those players care about him. I remember Jaren actually tweeted about T-Jenks, I call him T-Jenks, T-Jenks the other day, and just saying, you know, when you got to go to war, he's going to be the guy who's got your back. And I think that's something that's really important for these players, and really any player. Anytime you got to go and play under somebody else, you got to be able to trust the leadership that you're under. And I think those players absolutely trust what Taylor Jenkins is able to do for them.
Well, even you heard Scotty there say that that's the first coach that's ever sat down with him and actually watched film with him, which sounds crazy considering where Scotty's been and who he's been around. It just goes to show that he truly not only just cares about them winning, but cares about these people as players and as people as well. I think what's really funny to me is I asked Taylor, I said, so have the guys said, you know, they're going to buy you dinner to celebrate? And he was like, no, I owe them dinner because it's all about them. And that's what's cool. To him, it's all about they all got him there. He wouldn't have been there without all of them. And now it's, well, what can they all do together moving forward?